Hello and welcome to the video, and today we're going to be looking at the G-Force Pro from Reachit. So Reachit have reached out to me and they've sent me this G-Force Pro, which is their new pole tool. So we'll have a quick look at what's in it, and then we'll go and clean some windows and see how we get on with it. Now, this is only just the first time I've used it, so I don't really know how I'm going to get on with it, and I can't give a proper review, but at least we'll have a look at it. So you open it up. Inside you've got a really nice pole. It's a 3-section pole. That's an 8-foot pole. Now the first 2 sections are carbon fibre and the bottom section is Kevlar. And the advantage with Kevlar is that it doesn't conduct electric, so it's very good if you're cleaning solar panels or something like that. You're not going to get electric shock through that, which is really well insulated. Quite often they'll use carbon fibre as the bottom section, but as we all know, that's quite heavy and can be quite flexible, but the Kevlar is much better. The clamps on it have got the outer hose holders on it. The hose doesn't go down the inside with this. Quite a nice little feature of the clamps is when you close it up, they've got a little V-notch in there and a little triangle of plastic sticking up, so it doesn't spin, or it locks into place nice and straight for us with OCD. So all your clamps are always nice and straight when it's closed up. So we've got the pole. Now we've got here also the G-Force itself. Now, really nice construction. It's got rinse bar on it and this heavy duty Velcro on it. Now it's also got a double swivel, so up and down and side to side. So the idea of it is no matter how you hold it, it always stays on the glass. So we'll have a go with that, see how we get on with that. Another nice little feature of it is, you know how if you want to reach a little bit further with a squeegee, you unclip it and slide the squeegee so the handle's one side. You can actually do that with the G-Force and then clip it back in, so you've got the handle up to one side, which is quite nice if you just want to reach that little bit further with it. It is a pole tool, so it's not designed to be used by hand. You can use it by hand, but it is designed as a pole tool. It also comes with a selection of other bits and pieces. You've got your screwdriver there, so you can tighten up your swivel to have it as tight as you want. You've also got a little spanner to tighten up the other part and an Allen key to tighten up the other part of the swivel. You've got a pole adapter, all sorts of bits and pieces there. There's your lower flow connector. So a load of different bits and pieces in the toolkit. Now it comes with a selection of pads. Now this is the G-Force Pro version. It's not the basic, this is the Pro. Now these are quite interesting. These are non-scratch carborundum pads, which are supposed to be quite grippy. I haven't used these yet, so we'll give these a go. You also, so you get 5 of those, I think. You also get the ordinary scrubber pads. Quite often these are white, these just happen to be yellow. You've got a microfiber pad. You've got what they call the Hulk, which is a green rubber pad. Now these are supposed to be really good for bee pollen, which we all know doesn't like to come off. And then you also get a couple of the Magic Sponge or melamine sponge pads, which are fantastic for silicone. So we'll give this a go now. We'll set it up very quickly. We'll give it a go and we'll see how we get on with it. Right then, so connect the hose. Now it was set up for their high flow hose, but all the parts are in it to change it over to the regular hose size. It does glide nicely on the glass actually. Now what they recommend, with those pointed corners as well, gets well into the corners, what they recommend is to switch it over to bring it down the glass, and that actually pulls the dirt off the glass. Now the good thing about it as well is because of the gyro, as they call it, or the double swivel on it, you can get into any angle and you don't need to, you know, if you've got a big window you might do that in 2 sections, but with this you don't need to. You can do the whole thing from top to bottom in one section without adjusting your pole or your stance or changing the way you work at all, because of the gyro on it. As you can see, as I brush over the glass and get right down the sides, nice action that, and then you just twist it round. Really easy to twist round. So if you have a look here, I'll give this a scrub out. So scrub it right, and you scrub right top to bottom. Gives me automatically just only doing halfway because of how much the pole will move, the brush will move, and to keep it square on the glass. But as you can see, you can do top to bottom, and if it was a longer window, as I say, the one that middle section, you could do top to bottom on that from the whole way. It stays on the glass the whole way top to bottom without adjusting anything. So give it a scrub right to the edges. Now, as I said, this is the first time I'm using it, so I'm still getting used to it. It does, and it spreads that water really nicely. And then when you're finished, they say swap it round and drag the dirt down, and that will fetch the dirt off better than if you've got the rinse on top. Now, I think I've got that pad set slightly high. I'll just adjust that. So, really nice Velcro fitting on that. These pads, put that down just a little bit lower. That fits on there really nicely. So, this took 2 minutes to set up. I'm not used to using that's better. You can see that now, that rinse bar really does spread that water around, and you can see how that just sheets down the glass. Beautiful. And the bottom one. Now, I'm not used to having the external pole hose, but the clips on it do hold it in place. It's the same as anything. When you have something new, you've got to get used to how you use it. So, I probably don't need to go over this as much, but as I said, just getting used to it. It will be nice to try this on some bigger glass. I've got a job in a couple of weeks' time, a gym that I do regularly, and I will try it on there and see how it goes. But I should imagine, because I normally split that up into 3 sections to do that, because of and having to change the angle of the brush to make sure it fits. But it'll be interesting to try it on that. I think this will really work well on it. Now, this shop here is a toy shop, and during the summer they regularly have the bubble machines outside it. So these windows, as you can probably see there, have got a bit of soap on them already. But these windows are regularly really soapy when you come. So next time I come, hopefully it might be a bit sunnier, because I only have it out when it's sunny and the bubble machine is working, brings the kids into the shop. Hopefully next time there'll be a bit more soap on it from the bubble machines. It's a special soap they sell to go in them, but I think basically it's fairy liquid, coloured fairy liquid. But yeah, or dish soap I should say, not fairy liquid. Here's me going from side to side. Well, you don't actually need to do that because the pole sticks to the glass. So that's just a quick first look at the G-Force from Reach It. First impressions, done a really nice job. No good if you've got a lot of frames, doesn't work with frames so well. I should imagine you could work around them if you haven't got too much, but if you're doing a lot of houses with a lot of frames, then this isn't the tool. But if you've got a lot of big glass, then yeah, works really nicely. And it's nice also to have a bit of a nice design on the pole. Makes a change rather than just being a plain colour. Be nice to see how long that lasts, whether it scratches off or not. As I said, it was set up for the big hose, but so easy to put the small hose onto it, no bother at all, took seconds, and you're not threading your hose through any goosenecks or anything with the external hose. Again, because it's the first time I've used it with the external hose, it'll take some getting used to, but I'll get there. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.